.007, .007, come in. This is Inspector Monty, the homie, yo. If you're reading this message and you're attempting this enrichment, chances are you have already attended my Detect a Sign, How to Detect a Sign live lesson, or you should watch the video that will be in the link provided called How to Detect a Sign. This message will self-destruct in 5, 4, 3. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So learning ASL as a second language can be challenging, right? First off, it's a conceptual language. It's not really a symbolic one. So in English, we have many multiple meaning words. Hey, like run, right? Is your nose running? Is your car running? Are you jogging and running for exercise? There are different signs for each of those. Even though we keep saying, are you in English, yes? Oh, you're such a dear. No, you're not a moose. You're such a dear. You're such a sweetie. So different concepts, different signs. See how that works, y'all? Okay, so sign also relies on three-dimensional space. It is not linear, it is not written, it is not spoken, it is visual, it is not auditory, okay? And we live in a very audio-centric world. Everywhere you go, you're getting audio input. It also, sign language also uses space all around your body to show the difference between yesterday I ran, right, versus today I run, versus tomorrow in front of you I will be running. And it sounds cliche, but you say don't look back to your past, look forward to your future. But that's exactly how ASL works. Your body becomes a timeline, y'all. This is incredible, mind-blowing. Your body's a timeline? What? All right, so in ASL, you also are painting a picture with your body. And once you paint that picture and set up that scene, then you get to jump into it like Mary Poppins style and start interacting with it, okay? You can show dialogue by personifying the characters and using role shift by turning your shoulders and showing all of the juicy details, you know? It can also be a little easier, I should say, to eavesdrop in ASL. So it's kind of fun when you see other people out in public, instant friends, yeah? Sign language uses non-manual markers in Espanol. These are your manos. See, anything that you're not doing manual work with your hands is usually on your face, right? And that facial expression can convey the difference between, yes, I like you, to, man, I don't kind of like you. You'll never know. All right, so I get the ASL can be tough to master, so buckle up, kiddies. Let's start with the basics. What about a poetic creative license, okay? So now you're talking my language. I get it, pun intended, but ching. ASL also has full of idioms and figurative flower language as well. And it comes in the form of like storytelling usually, right? Storytelling is an art form that is at the heart of deaf culture. It is visual. It happens usually like in real time, like at a poetry slam. All right. And I am just fascinated with it. Okay. So we are going to work on what's called ABC stories. You might also hear them called A to Z stories. But these are poetic expressions that you are used for entertainment and as an educational tool. All right. And it helps develop your sign language skills at the same time. The ABC stories offer you an opportunity to be expressive and use your imagination to create a unique story while practicing ASL. It is an expressive form of sign language, and there's no real way to interpret it and write it down. An ABC story must be viewed and to understand it fully. And so in order to follow along, you have to see it, right? Super excited for you to create your ABC stories, okay? So it also can be, ABC stories can be like a basic tool, not just a form of popular storytelling in deaf culture, but also like a basic tool to learn the art of classifiers, a little bit of pantomime, and again, those NMMs, the facial expressions, non-manual markers. It uses the alphabet, and alphabet is usually the building block of most languages. In ASL, we refer to them often as hand shapes, the shape of the hand. Very technical, see? All right, so how do you create an ABC story? Because you can probably guess that that is your mission, should you choose to accept it. All right, an ABC story, just like any other story, has a topic. So I would start with that. Pick a topic, something fun. Are you into soccer? Are you into karate, ballet, whatever? Like pick a hobby or something that you know about, okay? Number two, it should have a beginning, a middle, and end. It should be a cohesive story, right? Maybe a problem, a conflict, and finish up with a resolution, okay? Number three, it's got to go in order. It's got to go in order from A to B to C. You cannot skip any letters. You cannot repeat any letters, okay? Um, Advanced learners can play with Z to A, or even like in ASL actual signing competitions, okay, like oration competitions, speech competitions, right? But in ASL, advanced users will even go through the alphabet like 2 and 3 times. So I've seen some pretty intense, awesome ABC stories. All right. So in creating your ABC story, you're going to help understand these 5 parameters. You're going to explore classifiers. Okay. You're going to start using eye gaze and body language. And again, you're going to paint that picture and then you're going to interact with it. Okay. And that's how you enhance the storytelling experience. You're going to change your pace by speeding up or acting in those dramatic pauses, right? To show time tense and time passing, and also to add suspense to your ABC stories. Okay, you generally don't use traditional signs. It's more, again, a hand-shaped classifier game. There is a catch. Like I said, you have to go in order. So let's give you an example, right? I might use like my A hand shape to hold a baseball bat, okay? And then you follow that through gesture after you swing your bat with like a B, watching the ball soar across the sky, right? And then so your next automatic thing is to reach down maybe and pretend grabbing like binoculars and you're watching your ball go across the sky. So you can see it's I didn't tell you that there was a baseball player. I pantomimed it and I showed you and I painted that picture. I used eye gaze to show that off in the distance is where the ball was going and heading. And so it's really like setting that scene in the story at first and then interacting with the surroundings. That's why grabbing that chunky C and putting it to my eye, that hand shapes, that you could clearly identify, oh, those are binoculars, because that's what belongs in a baseball stadium, right? So I'm going to give you plenty more examples in the document, in the planning doc, all right? There'll be YouTube links, and you're going to pick a theme, start creating your ASL story. You're going to turn in both your planning doc and your video as a collaboration if you're working through my live lesson, or as an enrichment if you are choosing this for your enrichment option, okay? So this will help boost your grade. Happy signing. That's Inspector Monty DeHomio signing off.